Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Hedera and HBAR. So with that being said, I hope that you are all having a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are out there in the world. So I figured I would address the big news happening right now around Hedera, and it's all the concern on if this is bullish or bearish for HBAR. Now, you guys did miss it. Yes, 4.86 billion with a B HBARs is going to be allocated for additional development of the network and enabling decentralized governance. Now, we're going to go in depth on this. We're going to talk about it. Is this a substantial unlock? 100%. We do see the Hedera Council has today announced that it has voted to give the board approval to allocate 4.86 billion HBARs of additional funds towards further development of the Hedera network and enabling its decentralized governance. The vast majority of that allocation, 4.248 billion HBARs, will be allocated by the Hedera board for ecosystem development among existing initiatives, including the HBAR Foundation, the Hashgraph Association, and also the DLT Science Foundation. Now, if we look into this, the big concern isn't so much the 4.248 billion. It's actually the 614.06 million HBARs that will be utilized for the operational expenses of the Hedera Council and for payments to early SAFT purchasers. This will most likely create sell pressure, and it will also add to bearish price movement. Now, that's not me guaranteeing it. It could happen, right? The big thing to note here is that this is a substantial unlock. And I think that as we really look at this, is this a bad thing long term? Not at all. In the short term, yeah, it might cause price volatility, which we will address. We'll talk about it. But I also think that you guys should be looking at this. If you are an HBAR holder and you're a long-term holder, you should understand and recognize that this is going to go towards actual development on the network, and it could fund incredible projects. We don't know what projects this is going to fund, but it is going to help development on the network. We do see down here a quote, 2023 saw the accelerated adoption of the Hedera network with more than 33 billion real-world transactions on the network, and the ecosystem partners played a key role helping applications to go to market and onboard new users. With this foundation solidly in place, the Hedera Council is pleased to further support the development and utilization of the network with these new grants. Now, I do hope that these grants do go towards projects that are going to build and stay on Hedera, because there has been grants in the past, if you guys have been around for a while, that have gone to certain projects that really never morphed into reality, and a lot of those projects kind of just disappeared. I'm hoping that this is beneficial for the network. I do believe that it will be. But I will address what I put out on X as well. And I said, with over 67% plus already in circulation, it seems as though Hedera is far ahead of their original distribution schedule. I look forward to the day we no longer have these distributions to worry about to dilute the market cap. The sooner we get to 50 billion circulating HBAR, the better. Be on the lookout for major buy opportunities that usually occur upon token releases. And here we actually have the distribution schedule. This is estimated, of course, strong word there, estimated through 2025, and we could actually see the entire percentage here. Now, full transparency, back in 2020 and 2021, when we were originally looking at Hedera and researching HBAR, I don't remember what the circulating supply of HBAR really was at that time. I can't really remember it, but I do know that it was significantly lower than where it is now. And I even think that it was lower than what is actually on this chart here. The reason why I bring that up is because our original price prediction on HBAR, which I will own up to and even tell you guys that I was extremely wrong on it, it was $3 to $6. Now, we didn't even get close to that in 2021. In my opinion, the big thing that held HBAR back was the token unlocks and the token releases. The good thing to mention here is that at this current moment in time, there's a lot more substance behind Hedera than there was back in 2020 and 2021, and I've been mentioning this quite a bit on the channel. Also, we're already over 67% in circulation. An additional 4 billion tokens, 4.6 billion, will take us to nearly 40 billion tokens in circulation. So we are almost completely, fully at 100% circulating supply, which is very beneficial for long-term holders. If we look at this chart, they're saying that by 2024, there was only supposed to be 32% out there in total percentage of coins released. We are at currently 67% circulating. We're far ahead of schedule. But like I said, the sooner that we have these released, the better. If we go back in time, we actually have the full release schedule here. These are the unlocks, right? We could actually go all the way back in time. For an example, here is 2021. This is when it really started. We could actually see the amount over here on the side. And this is unlocked, by the way. This is the amount unlocked. 2021, February 28th, 1 billion unlocked. May, almost a billion unlocked again. August, almost 1.5 billion. Now this already is accounting for well over 3+ billion tokens unlocked during the bull market. You can actually see the percentage of the market cap, 3%, almost 3%, and almost 4%, like 4.3% almost. Then November, an additional 3.6 billion HBAR. This was 10.7% of the market cap. So again, this was a substantial amount unlocked. And even if we go back to 2020, we could also see those unlocks. Fast forward to 2022, 1.33 billion, 2.44 billion, 1.62 billion, 1.47 billion. That's all in 2022. Now in 2023, we had a substantial unlock already, 3.12 billion back in February of 2023. May 31st, 1.26 billion. August 31st, 1.14 billion. And then in November, we had about 181 million. Now that it is January, we are expected to have a substantial unlock. The 4 billion is getting unlocked, almost 5 billion almost. It's 4.86 billion. So this is one of the most substantial unlocks in the history of Hedera Unlock. Now, why am I bringing this up? Why am I talking about it? Now, I don't think that this is all that bearish. I've talked about it, right? It's not extremely bearish to the point where I'm selling my HBAR or anything like that. We know that these unlocks are going to happen. We have been aware of this. Them being ahead of schedule is very beneficial for us because, again, the sooner that we get them unlocked, the sooner we don't have to worry about them anymore. The big thing that I'm addressing in this video, though, is that this will most likely create a sell the news event. Most people will impulsively react to it and sell their HBAR. Now, I have listed on the chart these white lines, right? These white lines are just minimal unlocks. The yellow lines are substantial unlocks. Now, when I say minimal, some of these are substantial still. Like for an example, right? The one in November with 181 million didn't really affect the market at all, as you guys do see over here. Like this is the unlock. We had a short-term sell-off. I think it was, if we go to the top of this candlewick, because again, these are lagging factors. We usually get them before the unlock even happens. Like for an example, we have this news now. The unlock didn't happen at all. And we're already kind of selling off, but this is due to the market itself. We got this announcement, let me see, 18 hours ago, January 12th. So again, some sell-off pressure on it. We can see that. But again, going back to this date, here we had about almost a 16% drop. It's like 15, almost 16%. Again, market conditions do help push the price even further down. So we can't go off of this exactly. But usually around the time of an unlock, we usually get a short-term sell-off that gives us a great opportunity. Now, again, the yellow ones are substantial unlocks. This one was about 24, almost 25%. This was during February and March where the market already kind of reached a topping point. So I don't think that this was exactly all sell pressure from the unlock. But typically it's about 15 to 20% of a pullback. And I'm not even going to count May of 2022 because, again, this was where Luna imploded, things like that happened. But typically it's about 15 to 20 some percent. So the best way to prepare for this, right? If you are holding HBAR, you are a long-term holder of HBAR. Don't go out and sell your HBAR and try to jump into something else and do that. If you are actually interested in HBAR, if you have been holding HBAR, like I said, for a while, have some stable coins on the sidelines. If we have a substantial sell-off, DCA. Now, again, that's not financial advice, but that's how I would gauge this. I would buy if we had a major sell-off, like a 20% pullback. We look at the 12th candle. So here is where we got the news. We're down about roughly 9.55% on this candle wick. If we do have, say for so, a 15%, we'll just go like 15.5%, because that's where a lot of this demand is. This is about a 15.5% pullback, 7 cents. If we have something where we have a 20% pullback, or like a 24%, usually around like 24, we're talking about 6.5 cents. If we see that. The only reason why I say this is because this is a substantial unlock still. We could have extremely high volatility in the market as well to accommodate for even more sell pressure, but we just need to prepare, okay? I know that there's going to be a lot of FUD. I know that there's going to be a lot of negativity about this unlock, but I want you all to understand that almost 4.25 billion of those HBARs is going solely for development of the network. The rest is for SAFT investors and those early investors and even GCs. This is all well-known information. Yes, they are ahead of schedule. Yes, there was substantial unlocks that have happened in the past that are more than what we were really kind of prepared for, but at least they are being transparent and telling you guys ahead of time. And also, by the way, this doesn't really take my thought process away from why I believe Hedera is an extremely undervalued gem still in this market and will be an absolute giant in the future. 50 billion total supply is nothing to be concerned about when you go and look at the top 10, for an example, right? And I'd rather get this out of the way as fast as possible than sit here and have them unlocking 1 million or 100 million or 200 million. You get the picture, right? I just want this to get out of the way. It is still very beneficial for the ecosystem. Like I said, it's going to be funding the HBAR Foundation, the Hashgraph, and even the DLT Science Foundation. The HBAR Foundation, obviously, an incredible addition to the team, by the way. This was a great thing that they added, because the HBAR Foundation has generated a ton of information and spotlight attention for HBAR and the entire Hedera ecosystem. They are the ones continuing to give us updates on a consistent basis. And again, I think that this is something that's been very beneficial for the ecosystem as well, with a lot of the HBAR Foundation funding. And if you guys did want to go check that out, you guys are more than welcome to go check out the hbarfoundation.org and go to the ecosystem and look at some of the major funds and what has come from those funds. Like, for an example, some of these are great projects that I've even been talking about for a while and how significant they are to the ecosystem. So with that being said, to really kind of sum this up, really prepare for this unlock. We do have a major sell-off because, again, the retail sector will impulsively sell the news all the time. Have stable coins on the sidelines. If we have those nice deep wicks, take it as an opportunity. Again, not financial advice, but I would personally take it as an opportunity. If you are thinking about selling or anything like that, again, that's totally up to you. But me personally, I'm sitting on my hands. I'm not really thinking about selling at all, especially this early into the cycle when we have this type of chart in front of us. I still feel as though we are extremely early, and the faster that we get these tokens out there, the better, especially as we do get into the deeper bull run. So with that in mind, hope that you guys enjoyed the video. You guys definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Peace out.